My people, if you have watched Maurice, Sam and Ruth Kadiri together in some of their movies, you may have noticed something that is difficult to ignore: their chemistry is unusually convincing. Face with tears of joy fire. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to help us grow. Thank you. Let's continue. The way they look at each other, the way their conversations flow, the teasing, the romantic tension, and even those small reactions between them can make viewers forget for a moment that they are watching two actors simply doing their jobs. And that is exactly where the question starts. Are Maurice, Sam and Ruth Kadiri simply excellent actors, or is there something about their friendship and working relationship that makes the chemistry feel this natural? Before we start connecting dots that may not even exist, let us make one thing clear: there is no reliable evidence from the sources I checked that Maurice, Sam and Ruth Kadiri are romantically involved in real life. What we can clearly establish is that they have worked together repeatedly, including films such as Steal My Heart, Fond of You, Turn and a Joke, and other romantic productions. But honestly, their acting chemistry, that one deserves a serious conversation. Face with tears of joy. Because sometimes you watch a scene and say, wait first, these two are acting, ABI, loudly crying face. Maurice has become known for playing romantic characters, while Ruth Kadiri has also built a strong presence in emotional and romantic Nollywood stories. When you put two actors who understand romantic storytelling together, the result can look incredibly natural. And that appears to be what is happening here. One interesting thing about their collaboration is that it is not a one-time pairing. They have appeared together in several productions, and Ruth Kadiri has also been involved behind the scenes as a producer on some of the projects featuring Maurice. For example, Steal My Heart lists both of them among the cast, with Maurice, Sam credited as producer. That repeated professional relationship can make actors extremely comfortable with each other's acting styles. And once two actors become comfortable with each other, something interesting happens. They stop looking like two people who are simply memorizing lines. Their reactions become smoother. Their timing becomes better. Their eye contact feels more natural. Their jokes land better. Even their silence can communicate something. Not that kind chemistry they make viewers start asking questions. Face with tears of joy fire. There are also several films where their characters have romantic connections, meaning audiences repeatedly see them placed in situations where they are supposed to behave like people who are emotionally attracted to each other. That can obviously create the impression that the chemistry extends beyond the screen. Take their romantic performances, for example. In reviews and audience reactions surrounding their collaborations, their chemistry has been repeatedly highlighted as one of the things that makes the films enjoyable. One review of Laughing Heart specifically discussed the Sam Kadiri performance dynamic, describing Maurice's restrained acting alongside Ruth's energetic performance. So perhaps the answer is much simpler than people think. Maybe they are just very good at their jobs. But then again, face with tears of joy. There are some scenes where viewers cannot help but pause and say, these two are doing too much. And that is where the fun begins. Because Nollywood actors have mastered the art of making fictional relationships look real. A good actor is supposed to make you believe the character is in love. If Maurice plays a man deeply in love with Ruth's character, he cannot look at her like he is looking at his colleague during a lunch break. He has to look at her like she is the most important person in the room. Ruth also has to respond in a way that convinces the audience that her character feels the same way. So when both actors are good at that, viewers naturally start feeling the emotion. But does that mean something is happening in real life? Not necessarily. And this is where fans need to separate screen chemistry from real-life relationships. The fact that two actors can create believable romance does not automatically mean they are dating. In fact, if an actor and actress have absolutely no chemistry on screen, viewers will complain. But when they have too much chemistry, viewers will also complain, except this time they are asking whether the actors are secretly together. Face with tears of joy. You people are never satisfied. Face with tears of joy. Maurice, Sam and Ruth Kadiri have also worked together in productions where their characters experience different kinds of emotional situations. Their repeated collaborations suggest that the two professionals are comfortable working together, which can naturally improve their performances. And there is something else that makes their pairing interesting. Ruth Kadiri is not only an actress, she is also a filmmaker and producer. Several productions associated with her have featured Maurice Sam. Fond of You, for example, was produced by Ruth Kadiri and featured both Ruth and Maurice in the cast. That means their professional connection is deeper than simply meeting on one random movie set. They have history as colleagues. They have worked on multiple projects. They understand each other's performances. They know how to create the emotional moments that audiences enjoy. So perhaps what viewers are seeing is simply professional chemistry built over time. But let us be honest. When Maurice Sam enters his romantic character mode, the man knows what he is doing. Faced with tears of joy. And Ruth Kadiri also knows how to deliver those emotional scenes. Put the two together and suddenly viewers are sitting in front of their television thinking, please, somebody should tell me whether this is a movie or I am watching something else. Faced with tears of joy, faced with tears of joy. That is the power of convincing acting. And the funny thing is that sometimes actors themselves probably know exactly what viewers are thinking. They know people will screenshot their scenes. They know fans will create edits. They know romantic scenes will be posted on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. They know comments will start flying. They look good together. I love these two. The chemistry is too much. Are they together? And before you know it, a fictional couple has created a whole fan base. That is how Nollywood works in the digital age. A good scene does not end when the movie ends anymore. People take the scene online, analyze it, edit it, discuss it, and sometimes create an entire relationship story around two actors who may simply be friends and colleagues. So when someone asks, what is really going on between Maurice Sam and Ruth Kadiri? The safest answer based on what we can actually verify is, they have a strong professional relationship and convincing on-screen chemistry, but there is no solid evidence here that they are romantically involved off-screen. And honestly, that might be the best explanation. Because imagine if every actor who had convincing chemistry with a co-star was automatically dating that person. Nollywood would be one very complicated place. Faced with tears of joy. Maurice would have several relationships. Ruth would have several husbands. And half the actors would be fighting over imaginary partners. Faced with tears of joy, faced with tears of joy. So for now, let us enjoy the performances for what they are. Because whether it is Still My Heart, Fond of You, Turn and a Joke, or their other collaborations, these two clearly know how to create moments that keep viewers watching. Their repeated appearances together also make it easier for them to develop the kind of rhythm that audiences interpret as natural chemistry. But here is the question I want to leave with you. Do you think Maurice Sam and Ruth Kadiri simply have exceptional acting chemistry, or do you think there is something about their off-screen friendship that makes their scenes feel so natural? Because honestly, some of their scenes can make you forget that there is a camera standing right in front of them. Faced with tears of joy, fire. And that is exactly what good acting is supposed to do. So before you start saying, I knew it, something did happen, faced with tears of joy, remember that chemistry on screen is not proof of a real-life relationship. Sometimes, two professionals simply know how to sell a love story. And Maurice Sam and Ruth Kadiri appear to be very good at doing exactly that. What do you think? Is it pure acting, or do these two have that special connection that makes everything look too real? Eyes faced with tears of joy. And if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to Nollywood Dish TV, because we will continue bringing you the conversations, drama, and interesting moments happening around Nollywood. Until the next one, keep watching, keep commenting, and keep your eyes open, because in Nollywood, sometimes the movie ends, but the questions are just beginning. Faced with tears of joy, fire.